What up, though, Detroit? You is hanging out with Kesh, keeping it real all day, every day. And, man, I have Camille up in the building, book writer, author, all that. What's good with you, Camille?
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm good.
You welcome anytime. So, before we get off into this book, how I came about.
How I came about?
Yes, how I came about. Tell Detroit a little bit about Camille.
Well, I am a Pontiac native resident. I was born and raised there, nurse, mother, new author.
Hey, yay!
And basically, I just decided to write the book because of my life and some things that had happened throughout my adulthood.
Okay, now we ain't gonna be able to tell them everything. We're gonna just touch on it because we got to drive them to that website and stuff like that to tell them what they got to do to get this book. But you know, on this show, keeping it real with Kesh, hanging out with Kesh, we keep it real 1,000. We keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to tell me a little bit about this. You know, this book was popping off or whatever, and let Detroit know a little bit about it. We ain't gonna go all the way into details because, like I say, y'all got to go to her website to find out all that information and stuff like that. We can't just keep throwing it out there like that. Y'all got to follow the movement, okay? So, Camille, let us know what's going on.
So, basically, I came out with a Facebook post about a year ago. That's kind of what catapulted the writing of the book. And
this is so perfect, not to cut you off, because this podcast show my topic is going to be about Facebook. How people break up, you know what I'm saying, off relationships and stuff over a Facebook post, and how you know, you don't follow your significant other because they say things that will make y'all break up, and people lying and just all types of stuff. So I'm going to be keeping it 1,000, not 100, 1,000 when it comes to this topic on Facebook. So this is perfect. This is right on time. Okay. So come on, give me a little more. I need a little more of that juice to the air.
Speaking of that, last year I decided to actually break up with my significant other on Facebook.
Oh, snaps, this is perfect.
Yes. So what I did was, I was out in Hawaii and basically living out the perfect life. I had my dream job, making good money, sitting on the beach, just chilling out, and realized that I was not happy.
And I know you was living a perfect life. You living in Hawaii. It costs a lot of money to go to Hawaii. I still haven't been.
It was all paid for.
Man.
So, outside of being an author, I'm a nurse, so I'm a travel nurse. So I had an assignment actually out in Hawaii. So I was there for 4 months.
Okay.
And just think about it, being from Pontiac, the hood, right?
Yeah,
Yaktown, exactly. So just being out in Hawaii, I was just in paradise. And I sat there and I'm like, wow, look where I'm at now. And I just summed up my life. I was just doing a lot of self-assessment, and everything was perfect in my life. My children were adults, doing well. I have 2 beautiful grandboys, you know, feeling healthy, feeling good, but it was that one aspect in my life that was imperfect. And although you don't expect to have a perfect relationship, there was just things there that I realized that I had accepted that was beneath me. Things that I shouldn't have been tolerated. And that made me really, instead of looking at the situation with him, it made me look at myself. And I was heartbroken, but it made me really, really go deep. And what happened was, in that heartbreak, it brought up a whole lot of pain that resonated from my childhood. And I had to really reflect on my mother, the relationship I have with my mother, or lack thereof, relationship with my father. And it just really, that's how the book came about. And I realized that because of the things that I had experienced as a child and as a young teen, I had went into the habit of normalizing dysfunction.
Oh my God.
Yes, I was normalizing dysfunction and suppressing a lot. And that became a habit for me. And like I said, just sitting in Hawaii, just looking up and thanking God, I'm like, wow, you know, I'm from Pontiac. A lot of people don't get this opportunity to do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at the same time, I'm like, something ain't right. Something
Very
right.
interesting story.
Something ain't right.
I need that book right now. Where is the book at? Where the book at, daughter?
My daughter's here with me. But the book is, it'll be available very soon. Right now it's in the editor's hands, publisher, is involved with
Because
that.
I need me a copy of that book.
Yes, but you can go and pre-order it. Right now it's available for pre-sale. It's at www.howicamebout.com, and you can just check out. It has the prologue there. It has my bio there and everything like that.
And so how long did it take you to write this book?
I actually started writing the book in November. The breakup took place in July, early July, and after I made the post.
What was the post? Well, you probably can't say right now.
Well, it's still on my Facebook page. You have to go back a little ways.
I'm going to have to go on your page.
Right. And I don't want to tag you in it because it'll go live again. The post basically went viral. And with that happening, a lot of people reached out to me. And I had a lot of sisters in my inbox saying, Camille, you're telling my story. I've been through the same thing. My heart breaks for you. And then I started also getting inboxes with people just crying out. It was almost overwhelming to me. It almost took the attention away from what I was going through personally.
Okay, now I need to know what this post is, because this post can probably turn into a non-profit organization.
Oh, Lord. So the post is basically me addressing what you were talking about. I'm in this relationship. We're not friends on Facebook. I'm just feeling some kind of way as a woman, being in a relationship. This is an 8-year relationship, and I still just kind of felt like he was downplaying the relationship a lot, although, he was significant in my life. And, men say I'm private, I don't do social media and all this, but you do, you do. I see you.
Is they from here? Was she from here?
He's from Pontiac, but when I'm seeing you on Facebook, you're on there every day. And you posting up where you at, but I'm in the background, and I don't see me. So with that, I said, I got something for it. But the thing about it is that I don't want to make this about him because the book isn't about him.
Right.
But the post in general was basically a woman who said enough is enough. And I just kind of talked about the relationship. And I did it because I was tired of the dysfunctional cycle.
Yeah.
Wanting to be out of a relationship. Yes,
Yes.
And I was feeling like emotionally drained. But I knew that I would go back if I didn't basically end it in the way that it needed to. It needed to happen the way that it happened, in a nutshell. So I made the post, and I knew that was going to end it with him. Even if I wanted to.
And he was upset?
Oh, was he?
So what did the post say exactly? Was it real long?
It was a long post.
Okay. Well, can you give me a little brief description of it or whatever? Then I'm going to go check it out. I'm going to go to your page, and I'm going to look.
Again, basically, enough is enough. I've been in this relationship with this man.
Was it a lot of cheating?
I found out that it was. There was a baby that was created.
That sounds like my story.
And actually, there was actually a marriage that I had found out during the relationship.
Wait a minute. Stop. I need this book immediately. You mean to tell me that this dude was with you for 8 years and was in a marriage?
He was married. And the wife
she's not still with him.
No, she actually called me to accuse me of being with her husband.
And he ain't told you nothing.
I didn't know nothing about it. And our mutual
Y'all better go
friends
get that book. That's going to be a deep book.
Yeah, we had mutual friends. I knew his family and all of that. But no, he was actually in the Nation of Islam. And that was a big part of why the post kind of was a hot topic.
Well, they like getting married to, multiple women.
Well, not in the Nation of Islam, actually.
Oh, okay. That's the other culture then.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Islam, men are allowed to have more than one wife. It's permitted, but in the Nation of Islam...
Oh, the nation is different. Okay, I know some of them in there.
Yeah. So, but I came from a different part of Islam where, I have been, and that's another part of the book that we'll talk about, but being in a multiple marriage, I wasn't a stranger to that, and he knew that. And we had talked about, the possibility of another woman coming into the situation, but...
And he was married.
He was already married.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He got married.
But he didn't tell me that part.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because you don't seem like you would talk to nobody if you know that they got a husband. That don't seem like your kid. Looking at you, that don't look like your character.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Because you can pretty much get people vibes and spirits to know that they are good people.
I would
and you seem like you're a great person.
Never want to hurt another sister like that. And I explained that to her when she reached out to me.
Yeah.
I was devastated, in tears, but I stayed. This was actually about 4 years before the post, Aikisha. So I stayed. He divorced her, but I was still in it because I was just what you call that down.
Yeah, but it ain't your fault though. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't know.
I was in love, and I stayed, and we tried to work that situation out. But again, just being out in Hawaii, I'm like, I'm not happy. And I had expressed that. You know, you smiling, professionally, everything is going good, financially, like all the areas of
life ain't perfect.
Yeah, and that's the thing about what we as women do. We kind of cover down our men. And we make excuses for them.
Yeah. Hey, I don't do that no more. I
would never do that again. I would never do that again. But that's just the thing about suppressing our reality. You know, we happy. You know, our man, he took us out to dinner, but we don't talk about the
bad things.
Going, and so we end up staying way longer than we should.
Yeah, but you know what? When I was in my little situation, I got out of it kind of quick. I wasn't playing. I was a strong woman. I said, you know what? I can't allow this man to tear me down like that. I'm a good woman. I know my worth and everything. And now I'm dating someone that keeps a smile on my face. And I just hope one day it goes further than what it is and stuff. But he keeps a smile on my face. He's not from here. And it's like, it's a long distance relationship. And I know it's going to probably be a little bit challenging, but I have no problem with stepping out because I'm into him. You know what I'm saying? And I found myself doing things different than I normally would do any other time, because once one guy, you know, I had a couple of guys hurt me in my past, you know, even though it was years ago, but you still remember that, and it kind of will traumatize you where you want to shut everybody down, and you don't want to give nobody a chance. But God blessed me and allowed him to be in my life, and you know, so far so good. And I just, you know, keep praying for us and stuff like that, and you know, keep moving. It's real challenging, you know, but it's kind of hard though. But like I say, you seem like you're a good person. Your spirits is beautiful, and I know you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm so ready to get that book.
But the thing is, even after I found out, now when I find out, we're already 5 years in.
Yeah, but you're in love. You can't help that. That's love.
Yeah. And so, but at the end of the day, why was that acceptable? Why would I stay with somebody who had deceived me for years?
Well, you've been with him for 5 years, and then you.
But there's an answer to that. My self-worth, the love for myself, I lack that. And that goes back to the childhood again, being a child who didn't get the positive affirmations from her mother. Just different, there's different components to it that just made it to where I was the perfect person for this man to be able to put up with that.
Now, did you feel anything in the process? You know, because, you know, when they step out that pattern is something else. When you ain't consistent and you step out that pattern, it's a whole different ball game. I ain't lying, it's a whole different ball game when you step out that pattern. So did you notice a change, you know, within that pattern and stuff like that? Like, what was he doing to make you start thinking, like, something ain't right with this picture? How long did it take you to realize that?
Basically, my needs weren't being met. And saying, you know, honey, I'm not happy, you know, you said we were going to do this, and, you know, just not having my needs met, and again, just feeling like I'm worthy.
What's his sign?
He's a Cancer.
Them Cancers a mess, man. They a hot mess.
Yeah. But, again, it's all in the book, the story about the...
I know, I can't wait to get a copy. I want a copy so bad. But
even outside of that, you know, when I'm talking about the book, you know, and writing the book, I had to write about so many traumas that I had been through, you know, being a child of an incarcerated parent. So we're talking about that component with the daddy-daughter relationship. I missed that, you know, the mother-daughter relationship. There was a lot of factors that in this book that's being discussed. I've talked about sexual assault. I've gone through that type of thing. So when I met, you know, different characters in the book, I call them characters, because they were characters, but when I met certain characters in the book, you know, being, and not in the last relationship, he wasn't abusive, you know, in any way as far as that, but I had been in relationships where I had endured physical abuse, emotional abuse, spiritual abuse. That's a big one.
And that verbal could be something else
too. The verbal, oh my goodness.
The verbal could be worse than somebody putting their hands on you.
Yeah, but when you come up in a situation where that's normal in our culture, it's almost like, you know, you kind of just brush it off, but it lays dormant until you write a Facebook post.
Hey, that Facebook, I told people Facebook will break up your homes, your families, your relationship, your friendships, all that. Facebook is something else. And then, you know, people be lying. Then they hide behind Facebook. You argue with the computer because you're not woman or man enough to call and reach out to me and say, hey, you could just get off the phone with somebody. Next thing you know, they're going to post it up on Facebook. Like, damn, I just got off the phone with her. How she just go, you know what I'm saying, say this about me? And it just be a lot with that Facebook. And I think social media is really taking completely over. I wish you can go back in the old days when we didn't have social media and stuff like that, because it's getting ridiculous.
But the beautiful part about when I made the post on Facebook, so many women started to break out of their relationships. Like, God, leave. Like, wait a minute, this is me. She talking about.
Yeah.
You know, I've been cheated on. I've been lying about. You know, I'm making this guy up, putting him up on a pedestal, knowing that he ain't about crap. You know, so I was contacted by a lot of women that were like, you know, I left the situation because, you know, he used to hit me, or he was, you know, I was taking care of him. You know, he was financially abusive and different things like that. So I think that was the beautiful part about the post, was that people, you know, I was a reflection
of them.
Mm-hmm. And they were like, you know, if it hadn't been for what you did, I wouldn't have stepped out of my relationship, or I wouldn't have, you know, been able to address it the way I needed to. I got so many inboxes from pastor wives. I'm talking about women that I work with that
now, the pastor wives, they the husband ain't cheating.
Yeah.
Lord have
it's
mercy.
just like, you know, because that's just the dynamics of relationships when they're dysfunctional. So nobody's above it. And I learned that. You know, when I'm finding out about different people who are going through the same thing I was going through, and I'm looking up to their relationships. One pastor I actually was getting ready to contact to talk about my situation.
And he up here cheating.
And his wife contacted me, and I
like,
was
girl,
like,
don't do it. He cheating on me over here. Wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah, and it's not even always cheating. It's sometimes just
anything,
a mental, going through mental torment, and it was just, it became overwhelming to me, where I was like, gosh. And somebody who actually read the post, they said, I read the post, it sounded like a novel.
Yeah, a movie too.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask you about that.
Yeah, because there's a lot of dynamics to the story. So when I read that response, and it was over 300 and almost 400 comments on the post, and I'm reading through them, and the inbox, it took me literally like 3 months to read all of the inboxes.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I think I got a story on my hands. You know, people telling me, you should write a book. You should write a book.
Yeah, and what you do is when the book get up and running, post that same book in them comments a couple of times, and everybody get the grasp. If you want to get this book, go to such and such, such and such. More, you know what I'm saying, about it. And then by them already being able to relate to it, guess what? They're going to pick that book up.
Yeah, I think everybody will be able to relate to it, even if it's not about the relationship piece of it. You know, if I've lost a child, you know, so I've dealt with, you know, that I'm a woman who people look at me, they're like, oh, she's beautiful, she's educated, she's all this. Yeah. I have in my lifetime attempted suicide twice. So there's a lot that I've gone through throughout my life, where I feel like a survivor. I know that I have a story to tell, and I just want to tell women and men, don't give up, keep pushing through. I had my breakthrough in Hawaii, and I'm hoping that everybody else eventually has their awakening.
So what made you move back to Hawaii? Was he coming down there?
Well, he did visit down there, and the thing about it is, when I was there for work. So he made a visit that didn't go over very well, but just being there, being isolated, it gave me time to get disciplined in my prayer. I was fasting because it was during Ramadan. So I'm looking around. It just gave me a lot of time.
You know, Ramadan, people shut down on Ramadan. Do you hear me?
I had shut it all down.
Yeah.
I was praying. I was meditating. I'm sitting on the beach of Waikiki, and I'm just so thankful, so thankful. And I had to ask myself a question. Of all the things that you love, where in that do you say you love yourself?
Right.
And I thought about him. I thought about my children. I thought about my patients that I take care of. And then I'm getting emotional now, but at a certain point, I realized that I had left myself out. And that's when I said, I got to change this. I really, really got to change this.
So was it really kind of hard to leave, or did he try to come back?
We've talked, and there's, you know, we're called cordial. I mean, the love was there. Like I said, he wasn't an abusive person. Never put his hands on me, never called me out my name or anything like that. He just wasn't the man for me. And it just took me too long to realize that, you know. But I think overall he's a decent person, you know, but just for me.
He say he ain't for you.
He ain't for me. He ain't for me.
So I wonder, how does the ex-wife feel about that? Like,
she contacted me she contacted me the time when she found out about me. And then she actually contacted me again after I made the post. She wanted to make sure her name was kept out of it. Very disrespectful towards me, because she saw me as the side chick, but the truth was I was in the picture before she was. And
so he got married on you, had a baby on you.
well, he got married on me. Well, let me say this: he got married on a couple of us because I wasn't the only one.
Ooh.
The post actually created an environment where several women called me and told me that
He
they
was
were in
living
a
all these lies.
Mhm.
How did he have time to do that? It's only 24 hours in a day.
Listen,
I guess you make time for what you want to make time for, huh?
and that's exactly right. Yeah. So
Wow.
So she wasn't the only woman that contacted me. I was contacted by several women who said, you know, I'm thinking I'm 8 years in, but there was a woman who was 9 years in and had a child with him. So
Wow.
Yeah.
And so he had cancer. See, I be kind of like off into them signs, and I'm trying to back away from it and stuff. But I know with them cancer men, they horrible. Like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
don't wanna
They
say
live,
horrible.
they something else. They mama's boys. They live multiple lives. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I can say about them, they some hustlers, and they gonna keep themselves well kept
and
together.
that's the thing about it too. He is a hustler, and I appreciated that about him.
Yeah.
He is a hustler, but I'm a hustler too. So
Yep.
I was actually a travel nurse. So even though he was like in Pontiac, I'm in Austin, Arizona,
Yeah.
South Carolina. I'm moving around. So, and I'm not the type of woman who.
I bet you dress real nice too, didn't he?
Yeah.
See, I called it out.
Yeah.
Them cancers, they keep themselves up. They keep themselves up. They are
Very nice
hustlers,
looking man.
and if their mothers are still around, they are mothers' boys,
Yeah,
mama's
he was.
boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he's
they
my
be
dad.
having a lot of women, and they know how to wine and dine you and treat you
Yes,
real
he did.
good too.
Yes, he did.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing that, you know, after it was all said and done, a lot of people felt like I was in an abusive relationship, like he was dogging me. He wasn't. He was very respectful. He opened the doors for me.
Yeah, they
put
real
out a chair
nice.
for me.
They were a woman looking for until that you get to find out about all the other women.
But
Yeah,
you can point out the need, and so the need that I had, he was able to meet that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, with me being in a position where I needed to value myself and know exactly what I deserved, it wasn't what was intended for me.
and they always on the go. They
Lord,
stay on
do
the go.
you, girl, you got his number in your phone?
No, because I told you I'd be off into the signs. I'm trying to like steer away from them though, but I be calling them. So my friends, you know, my best friend, all them be calling. Hey, I'm dating such and such. What his sign is this? Tell me about him. And I be calling it out. I be hitting it out. Them cancer men, because it was a time that I used to always like draw cancer men, and I never like settled down with them because they wasn't for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Then one of my brothers are a cancer.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you know, I don't, you know, I know how they get down, so I never like try to be serious with them. They were a joke to me, and nothing against none of the cancer mans out there. You know what I'm saying, nothing. I'm just saying from my past experience, and then now listening to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, them cancers is a piece of artwork.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but they are some good men. They just love women. They're the ladies' men.
Ladies' men, very charming.
Yep.
Very charming.
They tell women what they want to hear,
Yes,
and
he did.
they will do that. They will do the things that you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? But they just can't help themselves.
Okay. Sound like you know. Yeah, you're very accurate.
Yeah,
You're very
yeah.
accurate.
So you know, so it's something. What's your sign?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Okay, you're Sagittarius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
happy-go-lucky. I
Yeah.
just let people do the
Hustler. Y'all be about the money.
We're about the. I am about.
Y'all
the
definitely
money.
about the money.
Yeah, so.
Good careers and all that type of stuff.
So
Yeah.
I'm a go-getter, and
Yep.
you know, I think men are attracted to that, but I'm right now just trying to figure.
Some
out.
of them.
Say that again.
Some of them. Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because like some of them they sit up there and cheat on you, and you be having it all going on.
I
Next
didn't
thing you know,
say-
the next. I'm just saying, period. You know, just some of the men just speaking, in, you know, in general. Next thing you know, they messing with some.
Yeah,
You know
they're
what I'm saying?
attracted to the women who are educated and, you know, money makers, but that don't mean that they're loyal to them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like how you put
Yeah,
that. That's
yeah.
the best way to put that.
Yeah, because I think a lot of men are attracted to me, but they can't handle.
They might be intimidated by you.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, I be hearing that about me too.
Yeah.
But I guess what, you can't come off a horse. You know what I'm saying, for real, because you want to be staying down here. I'm on a mission right now. You know what I'm saying? I can't allow you to stop me from growing.
Yeah.
You either
And
gonna jump on
I've
this
run into that.
bandwagon, or you gonna stay back there and keep trying to figure it out. I'm
Yeah.
gone.
And
You
as
know?
long as you know your worth and not demand but command the respect that you deserve,
Exactly.
you're gonna be all good.
Yep.
And so I
Yep.
had to learn that. You know, I'm down demanding. No, you're supposed to love me. Wait a minute. No, it's gonna be this,
Mhm.
or you can keep it moving.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I'm stronger and wiser.
Yeah,
Now,
so where they can find this book at?
again, they can go to www.howicameabout.com. There's a website there where they can pre-order the book. That pre-order just started on August 1st. The book cost is $20. Right now, it's going to include shipping, and I also, you know, have where I can sign it and send personalized thank you notes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be in the Pontiac, Detroit area until the end of October, so they can hit me up on Facebook, let me know that they want the book. And
are you doing a book signing or anything
there's
like that?
There's a couple
book
of
release?
opportunities for book signing. And
when is it
releases.
coming up? You have any dates?
No, I don't have any dates because the publisher, I'm with Jackson Publishing, and they've asked me not to sign up for any engagements until we at least have the prototype in my hand.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, where can they find you at on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook?
On Facebook, I'm Amy Camille Muhammad. I actually have a How I Came About Instagram page, so they can hit me up there. Yeah.
Okay, and you have different little stuff on there. I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah.
Are we following each other on Instagram?
I don't think on
I don't
Instagram.
think so. I'm going to have to go check that out, too.
Friends.
I really want a copy of that book.
Yeah.
And I'm going to purchase one.
It's a good book.
I want to purchase one.
And I never knew
I
that
want to support.
I appreciate that, but I just never realized that I was an author until I started writing.
So are you going to do more books, or this is going to be it, or?
I am actually thinking about writing another book.
Yeah.
And this one is basically what I want to do is write an inspirational book for Muslim women, because what I'm finding is a lot of times there's inspirational books and quotes for the Christian base, but for Muslim women there aren't any like Quranic scripture.
I went to a Muslim wedding before.
Yeah.
They was over there on 12th Street in Davidson. That's where they had, you know where that church is at?
I'm not
the
from
center.
Detroit area.
Oh yeah, but you're from Detroit. Yeah, the center. Well, all of them come from everywhere to go to that center. It's on 12th and I think Davidson, West Davidson.
Oh, you talking about the mosque?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went in there to a wedding. It was like a little different, you know what I'm saying? I said, they do things a little different up in here. Every culture do something different. I went to an African wedding before, and
Love it.
what they do is instead of giving gifts out, they give money out.
They do.
I say, that's a nice
And
tradition.
the men actually appreciate the
Can't
women
go
to the
wrong with
point
that.
where they pay for
Yeah.
their bride.
So they dancing all around money. I say, you know what? Yep, that's what they was doing. I say, this is my type of wedding.
Yeah, and it's all for the bride. Yeah,
Yeah.
because she's appreciating
Yep.
that fashion.
Men don't want to dine.
Don't want to down. Yeah.
I say, that's what's up. I like that.
And he pay out for the parents for the bride.
Yeah. Yep. So, like I was saying, you got to turn this into a movie. Hey, you thought about that? You got the man
when
right
I was
here.
writing the book, I kept like waking up with dreams and everything like that.
Really?
Because when you're writing, it hits you at like while you're at lunch or at the stop sign in the car in traffic, or this book was waking me out of my sleep. And I did say, this is some like Ayanna Van Zant type of stuff. I think I should go on what is it called? Fix My Life.
Yeah, have you ever thought about trying to reach out to her?
When I was in Maryland, I actually I was giving her address to contact her, but
You need to send that book to her, and you need to put something in there, like a little letter or
there's so
something.
many factors in that book that need to be addressed right now. And me being estranged from my mom, there's a relationship with my dad. Just look, I could use some fixing in my life, but that, and then if you take different components of the book, it could be a Lifetime movie. I could actually see that.
You could be a relationship expert. Have you thought about doing something
Let me
like
get
that?
in a successful relaship first.
No, because you've been through it. You know what I'm saying? That could be the next move. This can become really, really big. Seriously.
I've been told that, and I have had to advise women. People inbox me and talk to me and different things like that. I went from having maybe 700 Facebook friends to now 5,000 with an additional 1,000 followers. So I can see where people appreciate my advice.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you touch it from every angle. That's that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? You hitting every angle of what people are going through in their everyday lives.
Yeah. Well, I'm willing to let God use me whatever way He wants me to. I didn't think I was
speaking
the author.
through me.
Yeah, I didn't think I was the author until now. Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
I appreciate it.
And then we got your daughter back here. What's your name? Step up and say something. I get everybody when they come in here. Anybody come in here, I get you.
I'm not kidding.
I mean, that's not look what I got. We got to do what we got to do. It looks nice on
This
you.
is my oldest daughter, Jazz. I was a
she look
teenage
just
mom
like you.
too. Thank you. I was a teenage mom too, so that's talked about in the book. But I have her and my youngest daughter. I have a 28 and a 26-year-old.
Any grandkids?
I have 2 grandboys.
You have any kids?
No,
not
my
yet.
youngest daughter, Kiara.
She gonna knock on the wood. Hey, let me hit that real quick.
No, I have 2 grandboys, Grant and Roy. So my
Aww.
youngest daughter, Kiara, she's 26, living in Mount Pleasant. Yeah.
And yes, Camille, she has beautiful spirits, man. She is just
you.
so nice, man.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to get the book. I'm so looking forward to getting this book. Seriously.
I appreciate it.
Seriously.
And I want to thank my children for supporting me, because there's so many different things in the book. They were my main concern when writing it, because I talk about so much that I was worried about how it was going to affect them. When I first made the post, they shut me out of Facebook. They were like, I don't want to have no parts of this. But I really, really appreciate their support. And they not only know me as their mom, but now as a woman.
That's what's up. Yeah. I'm glad.
And hopefully they've learned through my experiences and others.
Now, where can they find this trailer at? Because I know you had a trailer. It's on YouTube.
The book trailer, if you go to howacameabout.com.
Yeah, you had the link and everything. Yeah. Okay, cool.
As soon as you go on to www.howacameabout.com, the book trailer is right there. And I want to send a shout out real quick to a couple of people. There's a poet in Pontiac. His name is Khalik Rai.
Okay.
He actually wrote the prologue for my book, and he also wrote a poem called The Lotus. He talks about the lotus flower, how it grows in the murky waters and comes out beautiful. So he kind of likened the lotus flower to a woman, which is me and you and my daughter and other women out there. So I want to thank him. He did an awesome job of that. And then there's an artist in Pontiac. His name is Black Hefner. He gave me the backdrop, the music for the How It Came About book trailer. So he's a up-and-coming rap artist in Pontiac. So and he has a CD out now called Vibes, Vibez, and he is dope. So I really appreciate their contribution to the efforts of making the book trailer.
Yeah, and you should do a soundtrack for your book.
I will.
That would be nice too.
Yeah, there was another artist that I wanted to use for the book trailer. Do a soundtrack. Yeah.
We could do a 2-for-1 type deal.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, you know, I be thinking, girl. I got to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm the same way. You gotta, get it out there.
Yeah. I have an editor actually. She's out in I think she's in Colorado, in the mountains. She's a book critic, and she's told me how powerful this book is. And she's the reason why the book really, really hasn't dropped right now, because I've been finished since about, I want to say, it's been over a month or so now, but just being really, really tedious with putting this book out, because she's like, it's so powerful. There's so many insightful moments in the book that we just want to drop it and make sure that it's perfect and that it reaches the target audience that I wanted to reach.
That's what's up. I'm really happy to hear this. I'm so glad you dropped by. You're more than welcome to come at any time.
Yes,
thank you again. Thanks for dropping in.
My daughter Jazz.
You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate this.
Thanks for having me.
And tell them again where they can find you on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
So you can find me on Facebook. I'm Amy Camille Muhammad. You can go to the book's website, www.howacameabout.com. I also have a Facebook page, How I Came About the Book, on Facebook, if you look that up. On Instagram is How I Came About 2018.
Now, is there anything else you would like to say to Detroit before we get out of here?
I just want to say that I love Detroit. I've traveled all around the U.S. and I miss Detroit when I'm out. And there's nothing like being in Detroit. The music, the culture, the people. So I'm happy to be back. And I appreciate everybody's support who's already pre-ordered the book or encouraged me to write this book.
Okay, that's what's up. And thank you again for dropping by. And I'm looking forward to this book. I'm going to purchase me a copy and all that stuff.
I appreciate it.
Thank you again.
Thank you.